To customize keyboard in DaVinci Resolve, what we need to do is to go to DaVinci Resolve menu up top and then click Keyboard Customization, or we can use the shortcut Option Command K. This will also bring up the customization window. So first things first, let's get to know this window a little bit more. At the top right corner, you have the preset menu, which determines what keyboard shortcuts are going to be available for us to use and edit. We're going to leave it at the default DaVinci Resolve. We can also easily look up keyboard shortcuts by hitting keystrokes on the keyboard. Then at the bottom left section there, it's going to show us what the corresponding commands are, as well as where the command is sitting. If it's part of the application, that means that command can be applied across the entire board. Otherwise, the command is going to be specific to a particular DaVinci Resolve panel. So if we go ahead and let's say hit Option Command K, then you're going to see that keyboard customization is going to be a command that can be applied across all parts of the software. Now, what about the bottom right section then? Well, that's where you can not only search, look up keyboard mappings, but also make changes to them. So by default, you have all the commands, you have all the keyboard shortcuts, but they're also broken down into application or panel, and application is further broken down into different categories, and panels are exactly what you see on the left hand side. So you can simply go through each of these categories or panels and look up the commands and shortcuts, or you can search for it in the search box. That is going to give you not only the commands, where they are, as well as their corresponding shortcut mappings. Okay, so to make changes to them, the first thing we need to do is to go to the top right corner, click the three dots, and then click Save as New Preset. Then let's make sure that whatever preset we're going to save as the new preset is going to be the preset that we want to make changes to. So in this case, DaVinci Resolve is good. Then let's give it a brand new name, hit OK. So now we have essentially created a duplicate of the existing DaVinci Resolve keyboard mapping. All right, so let's come to the search bar and type in copy. So now you're gonna see that we can easily click on the keystroke, and then once that's clicked, you can type in whatever key you want to use for this command, and then that is pretty much going to be your new shortcut. Now, one interesting thing to note here is that because this one is part of edit and edit is part of application, so this change is going to apply to all the other commands as well. But if we only go to edit timeline copy and make changes there, then what you will notice is that this change is only going to be applied to that particular command because it is panel specific. So that is why it is important to understand the difference between application and panels. Okay, another thing here to note is that we can also provide multiple shortcuts for a command. So if we click on the plus sign next to the existing shortcut, this will allow you to type in another set of keys for this command. But for now, we're just going to stick with a single shortcut. On top of all these, we can also create brand new keyboard shortcuts for commands that don't have existing keyboard shortcuts assigned to them. For example, if we type in convert in and out points to duration marker, which as you can see has no existing keyboard mapping, what you need to do in this case is to click keystroke, and then once it's activated, what we need to do is to type in the keys that we want to use as shortcuts for this command. Now, if we go to the one above and do the exact same thing, one thing you are going to notice is that the system is actually going to give us a warning telling us that there is an existing set of keys that are assigned to another command called ripple cut under edit timeline. So in cases like this, the best practice is to always hit cancel to avoid any confusion, to avoid any potential issues down the road. Okay guys, let's hit save to make sure that we save all the changes that we just made. And one last thing I want to demonstrate here is that if we go to the existing DaVinci Resolve preset and make changes here, then what you will notice is that it won't work because once again, it's going to ask you to create a brand new preset. So instead of doing like that, I would recommend to just create a preset from the get-go and then make all your changes there. Alrighty guys, we are pretty much done. Let's just bring in a couple clips into the timeline and then right click here. In the menu, you're gonna see that the copy command has now a brand new keyboard shortcut assigned to it. And let's also go ahead and activate a source clip in the viewer Let's go ahead and set a couple of in and out points here. And then right click in the menu, you're going to see that convert in and out point to duration marker has now keyboard shortcut assigned to it. So instead of manually clicking on it like what we did in earlier video, you can simply use the keyboard shortcut, and then there you go. Okay guys, I hope this helps, and as always, I will see you next time.